What's going on, my comic making brethren? It's me, Ox, coming at you with my day 40 to day 48 update on my latest 100-day comic run. 100 consecutive days of working on my comic, and it's been a tremendous help. I think before I was doing the 100 days, I was putting in as much as I possibly could do, and then taking a day or two off. Granted, the last 2 months have been kind of ridiculously crazy with the amount of stuff that's been happening, hospital visits, all that stuff. If you've checked out the last 2-3 videos, you know about all that stuff. But when I got back to the hospital from this last time, there was an interesting thing that happened. I will link to a video down below on Jeff Lafferty's channel. He has been posting his webcomic on webtoons, and they're having a contest. They're having a contest for $80,000, which first round they pick 2 from 4 different categories to win $5,000. If you're selected as one from those 2, you get an additional $25,000, and then those last 4 will go head-to-head for best story and new creative person on webtoons for another 50 grand, which is incredible. I saw that, looked over the rules, realized how much work would be going into this project. For an episode to have 40 panels, that's an issue. That's an issue of comic. I think most of them have eligibility requirements that make it so you need at least 4 or 5 episodes. The one I'll be competing in is drama with my story I Never Forgot. So I'm reformatting those first issues for at least, I think I need 6 episodes, 40 panels for each episode for them to count for the entire thing. And that's pretty much those issues that I have. I think I just finished up the first issue. Day 41 to 45, I believe, was reworking on formatting issue 1, which has been held in this filing folder since creation. Let me show you some of this stuff. So it was wild to take a look at some of this stuff, some of this old stuff that I haven't thought about for last 3 years or so. It was awesome to check in on all of this, because like, you don't realize how far you've come. If you watch those first 100-day runs, you can see these were the these were the first proofs I had. Yeah, I believe they were both done on lulu.com, lulu.com. Gave you barcodes for them, whatever. I was looking to see how many pages I needed for the perfect bound one, and then to saddle stitch, and you can see it's pretty standard from the comic I put out, but you have all these additional pages because I completely forgot to count the 4 pages and whatnot. I really hate this cover because at the top you can see I had to put my name on the front of it for it to count. I didn't necessarily have to do it with this one. This one I really like from Lulu because it has that newsprint look. It's kind of got like faded pages. It's really cool, but additionally I had to add like 10, 20 blanket pages just to fill it out for the perfect bound. When I got this, I knew I wanted perfect bound because that looks just so much better. So I had to figure out that I wanted to add pages to it. I ended up not going with Lulu because it's just kind of a tedious process to go with them, but those were good benchmarks to see. I have all the originals from those first issues. And so I have to take my comic that reads forth and sideways. Like, look at some of this stuff. This is when I was figuring out cover designs and everything. Let's see. Yeah, there was a point that was going to be the cover of the first one. I'm glad I didn't stick with that, but you can see these are the original pages. These are where I started. This was 3 years ago. All of these, this just very rough, starting to get my feet wet, trying to figure out narration. I had no idea what I was doing, so that's what the narration boxes look like. I have been going back and, I don't know, retconning some of that. And issue 1 is available on Webtoons right now. I'll give you a brief rundown of what it looks like. So, let me show you. This was the first page. Oh no, that wasn't. See, it had even changed from there. So look at this. So this was the first page, and on this side it was I never forgot in letters. And what I've done is have taken apart the pages, the original colored pages, and like reproduced them, put them together with the other panels to make them look good. Fixed all the narration boxes, made it look a lot better. There's no dialogue in this first issue, but this second issue there is some dialogue. That's what I'm working on now. You can see I filled in some of the panels. There were a lot of blank ones, especially this first zombie attack. You can see where he's relaxing in the hammock on the pitchforks. Filled in all that background. The narration boxes helped massively. So, here's that first zombie attack. You haven't been in the forest. That was never there. This is what it looked like with the no backgrounds. And then it brings it back to reality. Puts him in this forest scene again. Some speed lines for that attack. I also added the painting that I did like for the third Kickstarter between panels showing this attack. And then you have some more filled in panels of this attack. I like showing the body of the guy he was biting down there. Added some new narration. Didn't know how I was going to keep those panels showing the machete, him cleaning the machete. And I put this little narration box of, remember, blood will rust a blade quicker than hate will. Fixed up that. There used to be a new drug, like blowout, burst, all the new narration for that. I decided to keep the clean backgrounds. I don't know if you call them clean, but the non-existent backgrounds, because I was telling about the zombies and I didn't want to get there to be like, I wanted their separation telling about the zombies. You can see the sweet new Seven Samurai panel that I put together. I really like how that background turned out. Some of the new backgrounds, but I'll link that down below for Webtoons. If you're in Webtoons, go check that out. I'd appreciate like, comment, anything you can do for that. But so that's what this 100 days has turned a background to. I'm working on reformatting these first issues. The first and the second one are easily the most difficult that I have going right now, just because there was so much that I wasn't aware of how to do. I was just getting my feet wet, like with that narration boxes and stuff. So looking at some of that stuff is rather cool. You can see I have shifted a few things around, redone dialogue. For the second, there was actually talking between characters. You can see Leon and Zeke talking there. So I had them different colors for their dialogue, and I've hated that since looking at it. So going back, changing it back to just the black dialogue, I'm liking that a lot better. But it means a lot of work left for me to change up everything, because I wasn't sure on sides of the pages and anything like that. So a lot of work is going into this. So probably throughout this 100 days, the next 50 days or so are going to be me working on the individual issues. I think I'm putting a benchmark at getting each one done in about 7 days. So 7 times 6, 35. Give or take a few days in there every now and then. Hopefully I can get through issue 7, get that reformatted, so then I can go into back to work on issue 9, get that all done up. I think I'm going to stop at issue 6 for webtoons though, so I can get back to work on 9, so I can get that Kickstarter filled, those issues printed. I am super duper looking forward to getting back to work on 9 and 10 because I think they look incredible. Revamping these first issues is a lot of fun though. I will probably throw in some videos of me working from here to there. I thought since I haven't shown my face on this 100 days, I figured I'd give you an update like this rather than the narration of me working. You've seen me working on everything from painting to coloring to even now designing layout for pages. Figured this would be a good time to show my face. Also, check out Jan's channel. Me and him are going to be doing a checkup and review with each other, kind of keeping each other in check for what we're doing with our art studies and whatnot throughout the week. This has been in line with what Cory, Kerr, and Joshua Kemble have started. They do a 2-day checkup with each other. I love the little groups that we have for this. I don't know if I've talked about it on these videos, but I think I have. So you have them who started it. They are working professionals. They rely on their freelance work and whatnot to sustain them and whatnot. The second group, you have Mike Emeritz and Gaz doing their weekly checkup. I think they do it on Tuesdays. I'll link the last one they had before, plus their channels. They're doing a lot of great work. They are working professionals and trying to cram as much freelance, not necessarily freelance, their project work into the little cracks and details of time that they have besides that. And then for the third contenders, we have Marsh and Chris from Australia putting those together. I think they're going about an hour each week. A lot of great progress on their ends as well. I know Chris is working on Monkey Junk, which I think has been written by somebody else that he's doing the art for. I think he's getting ready to launch a Kickstarter for that. And then you have Marshall working on all his art stuff that he's been working on. I think it's going to be a great dynamic for me and Jan to do our thing as well. Because out of all of us, I feel like me and Jan have probably the most free time, and trying to manage that is trying to wrangle a tornado for the most part. Because having unlimited time isn't always the best solution, because you fall into pitfalls like, well, I can push that off for another couple hours or whatnot. But definitely with this 100-day challenge, this one right here, I've noticed that if I'm not kicking myself in gear daily, things tend to lapse a day or two, and that's just not I'm not able to deal with that, because I need stuff to get done. I really want to get issue 10 out by the end of this year. Along with that, I want to do the second trade. I think the webtoons challenge itself will help give me some new eyes on it, some fresh eyes. Drive that towards the Kickstarter for the second trade, which will be great. All this is on all the projects I have going on. But check me out on Patreon. I'm going to start uploading some exclusive stuff over there. Like I said, webtoons link to my first issue on webtoons right now down below. You can bookmark that, and the other episodes will be to follow, hopefully weekly or bi-weekly. Haven't decided quite yet, but they have to be up before middle of September for the contest. So I gotta get back to work, but thanks for checking out this. Thanks for checking out my story. All the other guys, everything. Jeff Lafferty's about halfway with his 100-day challenge now. Yeah, check out all these guys. Links down below. Follow all them. Check out what all our art stuff is happening, and we'll catch you later. Peace.